Welcome. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at two Leatherman Skeletools. I did a review on the Skeletool CX, either before or after this video. I'm just kind of recording these in a session here. And talked about this a little bit, and it's fantastic. I'm loving it. But now let's take a little bit more of a closer side-to-side look of this guy that you have seen on the channel about 2 years ago. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know about 2 years ago, I reviewed this thing and had some heated words to say about it. And still loved it, but there were some things that I disliked about it. So, this is the Leatherman Skeletool. It doesn't have bits in it because the bits are elsewhere at the moment. This one does have bits in it, so just bear with me for a little bit here. This is the base model of the Skeletool. You get the pliers, the knife, and the bit driver, and the carabiner. 4 tools. I like to say 3 because I don't like to count carabiners as tools. It's an accessory, not a tool. Yes, it doubles as a cap lifter, but how many of us drink from bottles anymore anyways? You get 3 tools: plier, knife, screwdriver. And this is the base model, just kind of the plain steel version here, and the knife blade is this combo edge of 420 carbon steel. And it's a great steel. I don't get why people dislike it so much. It's a great steel, holds up well. I understand 154 is a better steel, but I don't think it's that much better to make a fuss over it. But this is the base model. Fantastic little tool, all in all. And then just recently I got the CX version, which has the upgraded steel, but I got it mainly not for the steel, but for the plain edge. And I would have bought a cheaper version if it had a plain edge. So Leatherman kind of squeezed a few extra bucks out of me just on that tactic alone by using the plain edge only on the 154 cm steel. That's not a problem. I love this tool. I'm going to carry it a lot. But just a little thing to be aware of, that Leatherman has not yet made this plain edge in the 420. Be nice if they did. Knock it down 10-20 bucks. But everything else about these are the same, aside from the knife blades. The regular Skeletool and the Skeletool CX. Every other aspect, aside from the knife blade, is the same. You have the bit storage in the handle. You have the bit already in the end of the tool here. You have the carabiner. You have the plier heads. Fantastic combination. Minimalism done really well. What tools it does have, it does very well, even with the combo edge. I just don't like combo edges in general. It's not necessarily that I don't like the Leatherman combo edge. I'm just not a combo edge person. So take that as you will. But the plier heads are fantastic on these. The knives are really good. The screwdrivers are really good. So that's just kind of a crash course of the Leathermans here. There is an RX version where it is like this model here, I believe, with the plain 420 steel, but the full blade is serrated, and it's geared towards rescue crews for like being able to cut through cloth and seat belts more rapidly. So, you know, that's a fun little aspect to take on this little tool here, because you got the carabiner where you've got it clipped to a vest or something for quicker access. You know, get your emergency vest or something, you can have that clipped to like a shoulder strap or something. You just like pop it off and whip the blade out and go right for the seat belts, you know. So, and I may really try to break this one now that I've got this one, because I believe these are the same model. There's a few years difference between the two, but the plier heads are the same thickness here, and from what I understand, really old models of the Skeletool, the plier heads would break because it was a millimeter thinner. When you look at them this way, they were a millimeter thinner. So this one, it looks to be the same thickness as this one. Trying to get that on camera there. They seem to be the same thickness, and I may just try to see if I can break this one, because this is an old beat up one that I got cheap on eBay, and then I'll know a little bit more of how much I can put on this. But I've already put some stress on this. I feel pretty good about really just wrangling down on the pliers here. That's the biggest concern I have is busting the plier heads, because I've heard of that being an issue in the past. But I don't think that's going to be an issue with these. Unless you're Hulk Hogan and you put it on and you just body slam right into it, then you might break them off. But normal, just gripping a nut and trying to twist it should be fine. Or grabbing some fence wire, twisting it, cutting it, you know, the basic stuff that you would do with multi-tool plier heads. You know, cutting various wires, coat hangers to size and stuff. And so, after all the rambling aside, I love both models here. Both are really good. But there is a difference. You have the cheap steel combo edge version, and then the premium steel plain edge version. Skeletool CX. So take that as you will. I do prefer between the two the Skeletool CX, just for having the fully plain edged blade. Forget about the steel. I just like the plain edge. So after all that rambling, thank you. Hope you found this video useful and enjoyable. Hope it helps you build your EDC to your standards. And until the next time, farewell, carry well, and bye-bye.